Alright, I have in my hand this book from Dr. Living Good, and I'm about to do the challenge that it has in the book. It gives those recipes and stuff, but here is the challenge, and it gives you a food list, it gives you all that good stuff, and it's 21 days. I may go until the 28th, a full month. We'll see. How it has breathing exercises, it says fix your frame, and it's telling you how, lovely stuff to do the entire time. And then it gives you a challenge guide, and so and it puts you has you watch your stuff. They has a teaching in here. He has stuff inside the book that you can order, of course, that I'm not surprised, but it tells you all about what the challenge is going to do, the first few chapters, and then the last few challenges actually to get you going. And then they give you example of how to fill out each form. And then they have day one. Day one for me, I fasted because I just did. Well, not just did. It's fast on day 4 in my religion, and I do it monthly. And I decided to just do the dinner. And then now I'm going on doing things. I'm going to be changing up the days he has the food, but that shouldn't change anything because there's a repeat throughout the week of different foods. They also have a fasting one where you have no breakfast, so kind of fits with what I did yesterday. So I only do one day. So anyway, we are technically on day 2 of this challenge because I did the meal yesterday, and it was a challenge. It really was, for not eating the certain type of carbs you used, substitute for vegetables and things like that. It's actually pretty tasty stuff in here. They have smoothies, and then you switch to eggs stuff. So I'll give you an update, and I think weekly, to let you know by the end of the week, which will be this Saturday. I started on Sunday. Today is a Monday, and it is the 5th of May. I started on May 4th, and so getting ready to go about the rest of my day. But I gave it a go, and I wanted to see what happens. I read a lot of good stuff, and he has a lot of good stuff in here, but the challenge is what is promised in his videos, that it will improve your health, well-being. I'm hoping for, since I'm going for that, and I'm probably going to add in a few of the social health and mental health for your intellect. So I'm going to throw some of those things in, and those 2 things, because the emotional health is the breathing, and the spiritual health, which I do daily. So already. So, and then social health, I do that daily. So I think I'm okay. And I gotta make sure that I do something to test my brain every day. And I think reading and stuff does that. So, and of course, I can always use one of my ideas that I have shown you. So I will update you by Saturday, and after 7 days, I'm showing 5. Well, technically it would be 5 more days because I'm on day 2. So 7. So, and then I will continue forth after that weekly. So I'll start, and then I'll, when I have a start of the week and an end of the week. So it would technically be back to back on one of the days and then continue. So hopefully this helps. I have diabetes type 2 and I am overweight. I probably like at least 50 pounds. So I will update you on that as well. Exact date, exact weight. I have to do that, and then improvement on my sleep. I am thirsty all the time, and I have to go to the bathroom all the time. And I've also had to deal with other things with my mind. So this may or may not help that. My brain surgery from having a brain tumor affects me too, but I don't know if this will help this or not. And I will update you on that as well. So there are the 3 things that I'm trying to improve. My weight, my I would say intellect in a sense, so that my brain doesn't smoothly work as it used to. I have new norms that I don't like, and we'll see if any of them have improved or if it's just a new norm forever, which taking a piece out of tissue of your brain would cause that. So I don't think that can be improved, but we'll see. And the reversal of diabetes, as close as I can possibly get it, and at least feeling better. Maybe this cleanse is just a nice cleanse, and I just have to stay consistent with what I need to eat, and we'll see if I can go back and enjoy some of the sweets I enjoy, or do I have to create my own stuff that I've been doing. Alright, well, I'll update you and let you know how this book, I believe it says Living Good Daily. Okay? And it does encourage you to work out. It does encourage you to do all those things that you should do. Okay. Take care. As of right now, well, as of today, I am 218 pounds. And I also have another one from the book, is emotional health, is the attitude of gratitude that mentions in the book to give thanks, think of all the things you're grateful for. It makes a big difference when you're upset or whatever. But everyday thing is pretty cool. So there's that. All right, for my update for this 21-day challenge, which I'm turning into a 28-day challenge, is I lost 4 pounds I'm 214 instead of, and I started off 218. So, and that is the physical health that came from it. Emotional health, I have gained a better perspective of things, even when I'm feeling kind of off that day or down or whatever, stressed. Even chocolate doesn't work. Sorry, guys. So the attitude of gratitude, or counting your blessings, whatever you want to call it, helps. Also along with that is the breathing. I breathe in for 4 or 5 seconds and breathe out. And that is mentioned in the book. It also mentions to hold for I believe it's for 4 seconds and then release. That works too. It also helps you sleep. So there's my update on that and the change and improvement of my bowel movements. I'm noticing a better in how I'm feeling with my digestion, since I do have type 2 diabetes. So I think that's all of the updates. I added my own Intellect mental health stuff. So my spiritual health is pray always. So and I and I go to church and things like that. But those are my form of my meditation. But there you have the update on the book. Take care. Okay, so there's an update for y'all for the Living Healthy book that I'm doing the challenge portion of the book. At the end, I will let you know if it's worth your change money or your time. And what I found this week so far, on the physical health portion, I have noticed that the food and the exercise that I've been doing along with it, because that's part of the challenge, is fitting it in is the hardest part, but I have maintained my weight. So physically I'm maintaining my weight. I am the box breathing, the slow breathing or deep breath and exhale 4 to 5 seconds is working. It's helpful. It's helpful during stress. It's helping me rest. So there's another part of the physical health, but it also helps with emotional health. And so does the attitude of gratitude help tremendously a lot with stress, emotional health. And now I add in my mental health, which is thinking and intelligence and stuff like that. Intellect. So I do things reading, I research all the time and find as much as I can to get things done. And it's not stressful. I make it an accomplishment and then I'm done. I don't make it overwhelming at all. Always, mental health should be something that you enjoy. If you have to do it for school or not, put some music on that helps, or a quiet place if you can. Pray always is another spiritual health, is why I enjoy this process. When I get stressed, also I put on some inspiring music and things like that. The physical health is, social. I make sure I interact with people all the time, with my family, with people that I see at the grocery store or at my son's school and things like that, or church. But it's a very important thing that we should do daily, even if it's for a few minutes. Talk to somebody and take a minute to have a good conversation, as positive as possible, and then maybe even some stress relief. You can vent or whatever. That's also social health. Venting is an excellent way, not screaming on the top of your lungs, but letting it out. It's always good. So I've been able to do that as well. Not overwhelming myself and not focusing, finding the attitude of gratitude. I have used frankincense to help me. Frankincense essential oil. Not a name brand person. I'm not a particular on one or the other. I have my favorites and I have my non-favorites, but that one is up to you. Your choice of your favorite. I can't give you a recommendation because you may not like it more. There are cheaper that work exactly the same, and then there's some that you can go through companies or whatever. No longer use those because that's just not what I want to do. They are more expensive on the most part. That's the biggest reason. So we got our physical, emotional, social, spiritual. Is for me, it's praying daily and listening to music and going to church. So, and then even taking in, going outside, looking at the stars, things like that. Breathing is my emotional health and attitude of gratitude. And then trying to think what else I'm missing. I think I got it all. I think I already said that I maintained, yes, and nothing has changed dramatically, either negative or positive in either way. Everything has maintained. My, yeah, with the Bauman's and everything. But this book has been helping this week, especially this past week, with the emotional health. I really needed it a lot. So there you have it, and that's your update. Alright, my glasses are bugging me, so I took them off. Update on last week was really tough on the book, a challenge that I've been working on. That was the third week, and the reason it was tough is there was a lot. I was hungry a lot. I actually read back through and it says you will be hungry, so I guess that's normal. But I am doing the fourth week, and the beginning of this week, I maintained my weight. I checked. My weight is still 214 pounds, and hopefully it's because I'm gaining muscle from the exercise. I do feel a little bit better. I am 2 days into my fourth week. I not as hungry. Yeah. So I do feel slightly better. I think I can feel it doing that, what I felt the first week, that digestion thing. So bowel movements are back to normal, as in not with conditions of too much, too little, sick stomach, digestion as well. So overall that has improved. I have been working steadily on being grateful. I had you can always have it worse, and witnessing someone homeless and you can't do anything about it is tougher than you can imagine. Being completely without, and then having a great attitude of, they seem happy even though I'm sure they have their very hard days. I complain, but it could be worse. So take a chance, take a moment, and be grateful. Be so grateful that you don't have it worse. And there's many of you out there that do have it worse, and I pray for you. I really do. I pray for my own well-being, but I pray for others. So, yep, that's all I got on this update, and I pray that things get better for all of us, as they will be someday. I don't know when. by someday. All right, we have accomplished, I have accomplished 4 weeks of the book. I am not going to do a final results today because I'm going to keep going 2 more weeks. I had that decision in my head, but I wasn't final about it until recently, this weekend. So an update is I lost some pounds. I lost 2 more pounds, so now I am 212. So, and then the last thing that has improved, I noticed, was a slight of moments where I wasn't thirsty and I had to like actually not force myself to drink, but there wasn't like immediate thirstiness, which is, I feel, a good thing. And I think that's all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless. All right, here's an update on my 5th week of my challenge. I lost 2 more pounds, so I am now 209 pounds. I started off as 216, so that's pretty good. Every now and then I feel hungry and the normal extra thirsty that type 2 diabetes does. So I feel like it's my new norm, but I'm still going on with another week, and I believe I'm going to keep going with the diet, but add things that I'm missing a lot and that I used to eat before, but not in smaller amounts and not as often, and only that's beneficial to my health. It's just it was requested in the book to not eat like bananas or yogurt until this was done. So those are the kind of things I'm going to add to my smoothies and stuff. But I'm going to continue with the smoothies. I've been giving them to my family, so it's been really good. I'll give you another update on the last week and a closing remark on how everything overall with this challenge. Even though I went I'm going to be going this last week. So there has been an improvement in my weight, and I have been able to improve some things with stress and stuff like that. So the book has helped on that, and it put me back in the right frame of mind of healthy, trying and not panicking all the time about this, that, and other thing, and sleeping better. Not what I desire, but it's coming along. All right, we'll finish with this update next week. Okay, the results are in, and I have the 6 weeks challenge. Well, it was not 6 weeks, it was 21 days on the book, but I went 6 weeks because I enjoyed it. I actually felt better and improvement, and I just like, I'm gonna try 6 weeks, because at first it was just the 21 days, and then it went to 4 weeks a month, the 28 days, and then I ended up going the full 6 weeks. It was a challenge because it is hard to let go of the things that you love for that time being, and that's why I'm giving it a break. But I am going to continue the challenge as a daily life, but take breaks. And one thing I accomplished is the weight loss. I lost about 9 pounds. I was 218 and I am now 209, and I'm expecting to continue those better results, and I may update you from time to time, who knows. I'm not gonna make any promises here. It's okay, moving on. So the next thing I found is it did improve my sleep. I was having a hard time falling asleep. I still do, and the breathing helps get good results of good falling asleep. And if I do wake up, which I do still, not as often, I must say, this has improved that. Um, it does improve that I can go back to sleep. Stress, it has improved because the, the list of being what you're grateful for, the attitude of gratitude, is very helpful, and self-worth, and the um, being grateful for what God gave you, and recognizing all your blessings. And I think that's another one is count your many blessings, name them one by one. There's a little song in a hymn book. Okay, I'm not going to tell you either. But so digestion has been improved. I've noticed I don't need to use cinnamon and turmeric for any meals, and I don't have strong desires to have things that are harmful to me, or that I have to have cinnamon or turmeric or something to balance it all out. It's improved on that part, and I will continue. My exercises were already in place, but I needed something to. This book helped me figure out what vegetables replace those carbs that I desire. I still do from time to time desire those, but it helps me replace them. And because of the type that he uses, I did that research to find out why. It's so you're not lacking in those carbs that your body needs, and those type of vegetables fill those voids. And yes, you do get hungry after the second week, the third week, but that's because your body is making that adjustment, and you will adjust, and you do adjust. And it has improved on some thirster over time. I still have that feeling, but not for every once in a while. It doesn't feel as intense because of the diabetes, type 2 diabetes. The only other thing I did make some changes. It lists snacks and stuff like that is really helpful. I use them all. Yeah, well, not all. I used some. Anyway, so the thing I created or found that the butter chicken, it's kind of like chicken masala, but it has the butter and the cashews, which is really yummy. And instead of the naan bread, I use like any vegetables. You can use cauliflower, I guess, bell pepper, or raw, or cooked if you want to cook it. And then I had Brussels sprouts a lot of the times, but it's not really dipping type unless you try really hard. Broccoli is easier to dip with, but it doesn't matter. One of those work, and they're a carb filler, so they're really good for that. And the last recipe that I found was useful in his quest for his type of diet, low carb diet, having a nice balance, was now this is Alfredo old-fashioned way, the original, with just butter and Parmesan, and I use the zucchini noodles, whether you can get those at the store or whatever, and then the chicken. So then it's chicken Alfredo, but original sauce. So there you have that. So I had a wonderful time trying to develop over this 6 weeks, and I will continue taking breaks here and there, but it was a good outcome of helpfulness to my life, and I enjoy it very much, and I will continue to do so throughout probably the rest of my life unless things change. But I think just it's a healthy living, literally a living way of life. So that's the results. And until next time, remember, put God first, and healthy living is extraordinary.